Welcome. This is a self-reflection channel. We've asked 3 people a self-reflection question to be vulnerable, to allow you to have the opportunity to see yourself and not be alone in this journey of life, and have the opportunity to grow. Let's begin. What is your opinion on honesty?
Ooh. Why would you do this?
What is my opinion on honesty? Okay, so it's necessary. It's important, but the way you deliver it is important as well.
My opinion on honesty is that, growing up, I thought honesty was just something that should be practiced by everyone. I thought it was just something that, everyone gives to each other, honesty. But, as I become an adult, my experiences show me that, honesty, it's not so honest. Like, I've come to realize people have more discretion about themselves than they do total honesty, but not to rant. Honesty, I personally believe that honesty should be a virtue that everyone has and passes to each other and they give it to everyone. I just don't see it often, and I feel like we live in a cold world. So, I just see much more discretion than I do honesty. Again, people kind of filtering themselves.
And why do you think people filter?
That's a good question. It's a really good question. Man, this is deep. This is really deep.
Me and honesty have a very, very rocky relationship. Very, 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 very rocky.
Okay.
Being honest sometimes it's not that difficult, but I make it difficult. And I say this because recently today, I lied.
Oh, what'd you lie about?
I lied to help someone.
Okay.
Because I felt like she needed it.
Okay.
But who am I to say she needed that lie? Who am I to say it's okay to lie to her just because I feel like she needs that boost of energy or whatever? Instead of being realistic with her. Me and honesty do not have the best relationship. It never did. Like, even when I was a child, I used to lie.
Why'd you lie as a child?
I hate reality. So it's better for me to live in this fantasy world and lie than to live in reality.
If you were to be honest about your reality, what would happen?
If I would be honest about my reality, life would be more easier for me.
So why do you run away from it?
Because who wants to just be regular? Like I said, I guess this goes back to your word, embracing my life and just embracing everything and embracing who I am. It's hard for me. I don't want to embrace it. I don't want to embrace the reality of me.
So I just literally saw this video. It's from Simon Sinek. He has a TED Talk, but he was talking about, I don't know if it was technically honesty, but it was like in the vein of telling something to someone and your delivery of that. And I think as somebody who has held a lot of feelings in historically, I've avoided saying things because I didn't want to hurt people or I didn't want to ruffle feathers. But now that I'm older and understand the importance of communicating, I realize honesty is necessary. Now how you deliver that is important, but not being honest with someone is also not being honest with myself. Because if I'm holding back information that is necessary for my peace or maybe for them as well. I don't want to say them because that's ego. That's kind of ego-based. But if it's necessary for me, I have to say it, because then now I'm not doing myself a service by keeping in information that is necessary for maybe me to be free or me to have peace.
Yeah.
But it's a heavy topic to navigate, depending on who the person is. So, like I said, therapy allowed me the space, the language to like feel.
Yeah.
And so now that I have that, I can process, you know, how to say things or what I need to say to people in order to, you know, better the relationship.
Okay. What does honesty look like?
Honesty can look like a number of things, I guess. It can be verbal and what you say to someone. It could be nonverbal and how you move around somebody. It could be through your actions. So I think it could look differently depending on who you are, what you're navigating. Like, you know, being honest with myself is one thing.
Yeah.
Being honest with somebody else is another. So when it comes to self, like maybe how I think about things or process things or own up to things or confront things could determine how it looks. When it comes to someone else, it could be how I spend time with them, if I spend time with them, if I choose to say something or not say something. So I think it could look different depending on the vessel.
Okay.
You know what's funny? Marketing is so strong. Things that are promoted to us every day. We can live 30 miles away. We can live 300 miles away from each other, but there will probably be a common 15 or 16 ideas that are promoted to us every day through social media, through the news, through something.
Yeah.
You know, something that we, no matter how far we are, we share.
Yeah.
So it makes me think about what people like versus what they like for themselves, and what people like versus what's being promoted to them. You know what I mean? Like, so if I promote every day, you know, cheesy pizza that's gooey, that might seem like that's something I want, you know? But if I promote like fresh foods to you every day, I might want that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then when I think about honesty, because if I'm being honest with myself, I'm saying, what do I truly want?
Yes.
Or, you know, how do I truly feel? Or, and when we answer those questions, are we answering them based on us or based on the world of things that are being promoted to us? So when I think about people, my opinion of honesty and my opinion of, you know, people filtering their honesty, I think that these separate ideas come together to explain that potentially people don't know what they want, or people, they don't really know what they want. So, man.
And why don't they know what they want?
I'm about to go dive in the pool because I done got lost in my own sauce, man. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know, a lot of people don't know what they want because there are a lot of options. There's so much knowledge out here. Like, it used to just be, we used to live in a world that was much more limited. You know, now with the internet, now with just social media, there are things that are just coming to us every day. So, man.
So the plethora of options stops a person from really understanding themselves.
Yeah, you know, it makes it difficult. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's funny because, you know, back in the day, people had limited options on what to do, and that made life difficult. But now we have thousands of options. It's kind of like, you know, back in the day, you wanted to pick a movie. Cool, go to Blockbuster, pick a movie. But now I find myself, I'll be on Netflix for an hour looking for a movie through hundreds of movies. Okay, maybe I want to go to Tubi. And then I'll look through, and then I'll just go to sleep. It's just like, But man, that is such a deep question that, like, even I'm kind of like, I'm about to go dive in the pool right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So thank you for exploring, going through that process and just being honest, like even in the question of why people really diverge, like why do they like have subtleties that make them not say the full truth is really something you're still exploring inside of yourself. Okay. So in that, you know, even though people have things that make them diverge or omit certain information, what does honesty look like to you?
You know, it can look like openness, you know, just being open, being able to explore, you know, new ideas, new foods, new cultures. But being able to take both sides of a situation, of a problem, of a community. There's this one, I want to say last week, I was at like this event with mostly like Arab Americans in Dearborn.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were like, man, we got to play the national anthem. It's the land of the free. We got to play the national anthem.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the land of the free. My people migrated here.
Yeah.
And I was like, and when I think about honesty, I mean, maybe that's his honesty.
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, I mean, do you know anything about Black history? Do you know anything about 400 years of Negro chattel slavery?
Yeah.
Like, and that this land is not free. So I guess that's the world we live in. We live in a land where a majority of the people feel like this is the land of the free, but we know our people have spent 400 years of bondage here.
Yeah.
So it's a total lie. You know, it's the 400-pound gorilla or the 800-pound gorilla in the room. It's the oxymoron. It's the lie that's right in your face, the bold-faced lie that we have to agree with. So, those ideas, like those practices, that way of life is what we're living with. So, man, this interview was deeper than I thought.
Okay, so
Kick my shoes off.
are you honest with yourself?
Am I honest with myself?
And if so, in what aspects?
Yes, more so. Sorry, okay, I thought it was work. Am I honest with myself? I think yes, now more than ever, because I decided I'm gonna lean into what feels right. So when things are spirit aligned, like when my spirit literally feels it, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Sometimes, like I'm in this space right now, I'm like, am I supposed to be doing? I know I'm not supposed to be doing. And I want to say, let me take a step back. Work sometimes give me like unalignment, and so I'm like, I know I'm not doing my true things that I need to do, but I know that I'm on a journey and getting closer to it, whatever that thing is. So wait, what was the question?
Are you honest with yourself?
Am I honest with myself? I think now more than ever, because I lean into the things that I want to do. Like, I think beforehand, I wasn't honest with myself. I would do things because other people wanted me to do it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I don't even want to do that. Like, like my energy would shift.
Yeah.
And I thought showing up for people in every sort of the way was being a good friend.
Okay.
But then I also realized, like, there's moments where it's like, you can be honest with yourself and say, like, this is not something that I want to do. And maybe it's best to decline, because am I being my best self, or being honest with myself about what it is that I want to do? You don't have to do everything. You don't have to show up to all the spaces. So I do think I'm getting to a better place of being honest with myself, because I go with what feels right and what is best for me as well. Like, I consider other people as well, but I've pulled back on overextending, because it's like, if I'm not full, then how can I be full for other people?
So, like, if you can just sum up, like, if I heard you correctly, what honesty look like is really on the side of the coin that you see it, but being able to see it on both sides, right? That would be, okay. Okay. So with that, are you honest with yourself? And if so, in what aspects?
Yeah, I want to say we all live on a spectrum, because I know who I am. I know things that I need to do to, be successful. But, honesty, I am honest with myself. I know exactly where I am. Sometimes honesty is it might not even be application, it's just awareness. So I feel like, you know, a lot of times with honesty, it's being aware, you know, where am I today? What do I need to do to get to where I want to be? And I'm totally honest with myself. Like,
You state regular, you know, just be regular. I would wonder if do you feel like regular is even possible?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. If I stop lying. I mean, I would be Anaya Jones, the girl that grew up in a one-parent household. Young girl that has so many siblings on her father's side. The black girl that got a brother in jail. But the black girl that made it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. That's who I am. And I guess I'm running from that, but
why?
I don't want my life to be like that. Just go back to my wants.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that I was dealt with, it's what I needed. It's what I needed to grow. It's what I needed. It's honestly what I needed. My mom.
Why did you need it?
I say because I'm more able to be more compassionate. I'm able to be humble. Out of everything that I went through, I'm able to help others.
So
and
I like.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I like the position. You know, maybe what you went through isn't what you needed, but you found some benefit in it. Mm-hmm. And if you hypothetically you had your dad, hypothetically you had your mom, hypothetically your dad was able to govern your brother so he can protect him and guide him from the evil of the world, that all you needed truthfully was just love. You know what I'm saying? But
it's not that simple though.
Why?
Because like if I had both parents and all of these things and things like that, I wouldn't have been able to be the young lady I was today. And I say this because I'm at the point in my life where I've got everything, every skill that I would say I need. Mm-hmm. And one skill I didn't learn was love. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the path that I was on and things like that, and throughout my healing journey, it benefited me so much that it started to benefit others around me. Yeah. And I say this because I guess me now, I wouldn't change nothing. Old me would have changed. Old me would have lied about me. But I found passion in my ability to be compassionate and humble and self-observant and just learning to be more sympathetic towards others. That changed me. Hi, my love. You know, like this young lady right here, that's my mentee. You know what I'm saying? I mentee her and things like that. And I'm able to share my experience and my knowledge with her due to reality. You know, if I used to live in this lie, I wouldn't have been able to be her mentee. I wouldn't have been able to do that, you know? So I don't want to live in a lie. I want to live in a reality.
Yeah, and it's like, and the thing about this, you know, just going back to this idea of love, you're learning it and you're able to share people your process.
Right. So, and I feel like I'm more able to be more grateful for love.
So I have a question for you. If you have a family, right, and you hypothetically find a husband, a man that cares about your heart, do you want your child to go through the same experience that you did, or do you want them to be birthed in a house of love?
I want them to be birthed in a house of love, not to shame my experience, but...
And why?
I feel like if I do have a child, I will be more able to give them that unconditional love and teach them how to be grateful for love, you know? And I feel like growing up in a loving condition, not to say I didn't grow up in one because I did, but having both parents and having a stable household, I feel like my child will be able to grow more, you know, and because my child will, she won't have that experience, but she'll have the knowledge. Okay. She or he. Okay. Will have that knowledge. So yeah.
Okay. And what knowledge?
Knowledge to be more grateful and appreciative love. Okay. And I say that because I don't feel like I was, like, everything that I went through, it has really taught me to be more grateful.
Yeah, and you know, and hearing your answer, you know, I was curious because if you had said, you know, I want my kid to go the exactly same thing that I went through, you know, you'd be like, that's it.
Nah.
You know, right. So the what I actually hear you saying, you know, without saying it, is that actually the most optimum would be to be growing up in a house of love. And even though you learn gratitude and all these things, I think that some of the things that you learn can be gained in a house full of love. Because in a house of love, all those things can be discussed, all those things can be shared. And that's the very thing that you want to give your potential offspring.
Right.
All right. So, thank you for your investment in love and your process in loving yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where are you not honest with yourself that you should be honest with yourself?
Man, that's a great question. You know, I really consider myself to be a very self-aware person. You know, I'm a swimmer. There's something about swimming and self-awareness that go hand in hand. Just knowing, just being able to, you know, become weightless in the water. Just knowing how to, you know, manipulate your body weight and manipulate your breathing. I think it kind of goes hand in hand with it. But can you say the question one more time?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, where are you not honest with yourself that you should be honest with yourself?
Yeah, I'm really trying to think of examples. I mean, there will be times where I'll be like, I know I need to go to the gym, you know? But I know I need to go to the gym, so I'm being honest with myself, I'm just not going. So
it's more so...
There's a lack of application.
So for that question, it's more so you're honest, but the lack of application, you know...
You know what? I just found the answer.
Okay, tell me.
And I should have closed my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so close your eyes and think about it. So I think times where I'm not honest with myself is sometimes my relationships with other people. So I had to really think about this. And I've said that many times, but... you know, sometimes you may feel like, man, I really like this person. And I really think this person is sweet. And I really think this person is everything for me, you know, romantically, business-wise, platonically, whatever. But that might not be the case.
Yeah.
Like that person might not feel, you know, roses and butterflies like you. So sometimes I can be dishonest with myself about other people because I might see the best in the relationship, but then that is not the case.
Fair enough.
Fair.
So thank you so much for answering this question.
Where am I not honest with myself where I need to be? I don't have a particular space. Yeah, I don't think I have a particular space in regards to that. Like I said, I think the journey is about just being honest in general. Like, you know, of course, like there are relationships, past and present, that I've learned from. But like, personally now, if I'm not honest with, like, I don't think there's anything like one particular area.
Fair enough. Thank you so much for answering. And then let me just add real quick, you know, it's completely fair, you know, like to be in different places in your life, and it's just like, you know, hey, everything is consistent. So thank you. Thank you for watching. If you would like to begin or continue your journey of healing through impactful questions and biblical meditation, we have developed a book to do just that. If you would like to begin one-on-one coaching or learn about our group offerings, please fill out the survey link for that in the description, and a member of our team will reach out to you. If you would like to answer questions and be a part of a future video, there's a link in the description to reach out. So with that, let's grow.